First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here this morning, getting up early. At least the sun is shining. And I've shared it's daylight at 6 o'clock. So that makes it a little bit easier for me to get up instead of it's not daylight until 8. I'm having to get up at 5. Something's wrong with that. So thank you for being here. Ken just mentioned on my little slide here, I have a, are we okay? No problem. No problem. I was like, I wore pants. My shoes are tied.
I'm so sorry.
No problem. You guys, this is very relaxed. It is not formal. If you know me, you know I'm not formal. So, but it says Jackie L. Summon right under there. It says mind your business. I am seriously thinking about rebranding and going from Jackie Grace Coaching to Mind Your Business. So that's why I'm everybody everywhere, if you will, right now, and I need to kind of try to hone that down. So I am really glad you are all here. I'm super excited to share this information with you. Most of what I share, I have experienced myself and had clients who have experienced the same thing. So it's not like I just fabricated some information out of the air to share with you. Hi.
Hey.
More guests.
More guests.
It's Garrett Williams, everybody.
Yay, Garrett. Let's give Garrett a hand. He's going to fix my pop-up, apparently.
Our financial advisor, but tech extraordinaire.
Right? So I sent out an email a couple of days before. Diana, you didn't get it because your email box is full.
Diana?
Can that even happen? That really can happen.
Apparently.
I'm working on it. I need a tech guy.
We're not calling anyone out.
Like you just did.
Absolutely not. But in that email, I asked you to think about when you're deciding something, who's deciding?
Usually my wife.
Right? That's a good answer.
My gut.
When you're busy, what kind of busy is it? And when you hesitate, what are you actually waiting for?
It's fear.
Think about it.
Think about it. We're going to address some of those things. Entrepreneurship is one of the identities that we have as a business owner. If you Google entrepreneur, do you know what it gives you as a definition?
Crazy person? Just a guess.
Close. It's very close. It says that an entrepreneur is someone who is willing to take a financial risk in the hope of a financial gain. How many of you, when you started your business, thought that through? Right? So, entrepreneurs isn't a title. It's a relationship with uncertainty.
What if you don't identify as an entrepreneur?
Well,
There's a lot of people like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm just like, no, I'm not really an entrepreneur. I just have a business.
that makes you an entrepreneur, unfortunately.
But does that affect the mindset?
Only if you let it.
Okay.
What's in a name? What's in a title? Right? Business owner, entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur sounds scary and risky. So that's why I'm like, oh, well,
And it sounds brand new, like you're just starting
Yes.
out.
Like, you're not really sure what you're doing, which, let's be honest.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think the people on Shark Tank would agree with you on that point. They're entrepreneurs and very proud of it. So what I wanted to talk about today in the entrepreneur and living in the uncertainty is the relationship we have with the risk reward. Every time we do a launch, every time we present a proposal, every time we have a conversation with a potential client, all of that is risk. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. How do we live in that space between risk and reward? That is where successful entrepreneurs live. They have learned how to live in that in-between. Because it's in that in-between that you're going to decide the reward is worth the weight from the risk, or your brain is going to convince you that it's not worth the wait. I put some questions in your packet, but they're not these. So if you want to,
Okay.
we'll get there. Don't be concerned, it's okay. Just stay on the bus. We kind of took a right turn, but we're okay. These questions help that risk factor. What is the risk? What is the reward? What does moving towards the risk look like? What if we decided the risk was a good thing? That in the risk is the reward. What does trying to get the reward without the risk look like? I don't know about you guys, but I've tried to do that. We'll just step right in here and get the reward, okay? What does what does trying a little look like? Well, I'll just try this a little bit. I'm gonna try this and see what happens, right? But what does trying a lot look like? For me, trying a lot looks like I'm after the reward and I'm not gonna stop. I become a dog with a bone. Well, and my creative juices, because I'm not gonna quit until I get it. So if I'm not gonna quit till I get it, I have to get creative because what I've done hasn't got me the reward yet. So that means I have to do something different. Am I taking a bigger risk or am I expanding the risk? Yeah. What will you need to be thinking or believing to regulate yourself and move beyond the fear barrier?
Trust in yourself that you can do it. Think about being positive about it.
Okay. That sounds great. But when you're relying on the risk to pay your mortgage, sometimes it's a little hard to separate out the two. But hang on, we're going to get to that also.
I think it's a little bit more of like that progress versus perfection. Because if you won't start until it's perfect, you will never start. Mm-hmm. So part of that to get over the fear barrier is just saying, done is better than perfect. Just get something out there.
Right?
Otherwise, you can just get in the quagmire of imposter syndrome and never do anything. Mm-hmm.
You're correct. And we all want to be confident, especially when we're taking those risks, right? Risk mitigation. How many people do I need to talk to before I get a client? That's risk mitigation because you're giving your brain certainty instead of the uncertainty.
I think there's a lot of power in when you talk about the in-between, not Stranger Things, but the in-between. I think personally I've had to really make sure I know where my wins and successes are before the ultimate reward, right? So that I can keep moving forward. And like, what are my measurements of success today? Like, how do I let today be and feel like this is what was successful for me today or this week, or right? As
Correct.
I'm continuing. Right?
Correct. And the way our brains operate, we have a negative bias. So your brain is always going to go to the negative first. Always. Unless you've trained it to be positive. It's still going to have that negative thought, but you've gotten quicker at replacing it. But in that negative bias is where we buy into, this isn't working. I don't know what else to do. Now I can't move forward. If you can do the one small thing, even if it's just answer an email or come up with a new marketing plan, you know, just some little something.
Marketing plan is not small.
Well,
Can we just all
wrong
agree?
people in the room to say that. But at least begin to think about how you might be able to market different. How's that instead of a whole plan? Whoa.
Big thing, Jackie.
You're moving forward. You're telling your brain it's safe. I can still do something. What are you trying to make easy? And how are you trying to do that? Again, the way our brains work, it likes to conserve energy. Why does it do that? Because its job is to keep you safe. And if it works really, really hard, it may not have the energy to save you from the saber-toothed tiger that's chasing you. So it wants everything to be easy. Well, we've all been in business. Is it easy? No. And what would be different if you were willing to go into the hard with the purpose of strengthening yourself to it? Sometimes I've just pushed myself. This is really hard. I'm excited who I'm going to be after I go through this hard. Because when you go through a hard, it changes you. It makes you trust yourself more to do those hard things. It gives you the confidence that if another hard thing comes up, you have evidence. Brain loves evidence. It's a predicting machine. So if you can overcome a small challenge, then a medium one, and then press into one, now you've given it enough evidence that challenges become opportunities. How many times have we heard that? Right? I remember thinking when I heard it, oh yeah, right. Every challenge is an opportunity. No, every challenge is something I have to try to figure out. So
Every challenge is a challenge.
that's right. That's right. So I did this video because to me, this is how we walk through our entrepreneurship. He's kind of got a bounce in his step, but the longer he goes, the slower he gets. As he's getting towards the end of the path, why did I even do this? Right? How many times have you grabbed a hold of that challenge and then lost the momentum?
Okay, so that was your take on that? I see him walking down the path and he turns around and looks and sees how far
He's calm. That's definitely another way to look at this.
It's hard to see what his facial expression is. So I can't tell if he's smiling or if he's got that. Exactly. I'm like, I can't tell.
Oh shit, look what I did.
Oh, okay. Instead of, oh shit, look what I did.
Look what I did. Yes, that is
Because I'm
exactly
like, I
it.
can't see.
So I just put him in there for a little entertainment. When you know what your brain is doing, you can know how to counteract it. So remember, your brain's job is to be a predictor and protect. So if you can keep in mind through all of your tasks, through all of your journey as an entrepreneur, that the thoughts your brain is feeding you is one to keep you safe. There are very few things in our role as a business owner that we can dub safe, unless we have enough evidence to tell our brains this is safe to do. We've done it before, we're going to do it again. It's like this workshop. I've done enough workshops now. I wasn't nervous per se. I was more excited about the information than I was nervous. I didn't spend days and days and days memorizing my spiel because I know my material. I've done it before. We're going to be okay. So that is one thing that it does. Uncertainty is that threat. The risk response, launch, pitch, deciding triggers a stress response. Right? One of the questions I ask you, when you're deciding, who's deciding? Who's making that decision? Is it your logic brain? Is it your survival brain? Is it the predicting brain? Who's making that decision?
I think it's a sparring match at any given time.
Well, it can be. The reward gap, the brain wants the reward now.
So do I. Y'all laughing? I know y'all do too.
That's why we're laughing, Ken. That's why we're laughing. And then the in-between zone. This is the neurological discomfort. Holding a decision while the outcome is still unknown. Who's been in business for 3 years? Who's been in business for 5 years? Who's been in business for 7 years?
Oh, ask me again in this couple months.
Who's been in business for 10 years? As you've gone through your journey, has the comfort of uncertainty changed?
Yeah.
Yes.
So why did I do that? Because for some of us who are just beginning this journey, the discomfort is atrocious.
Oh, so bad.
I will never forget my first couple of years in business. And it was like everything I touched brought that discomfort. Is this going to work? Are they going to buy this? Am I who, what, huh, how? Right? But again, as your brain gets more and more evidence, we have an exercise we're going to do here. Who's in an in-between right now?
Yeah.
In between.
Who has taken a risk and we're in the in-between?
Oh, gee.
Waiting for that reward.
Do it every day of the business ownership?
I was going to say, if you didn't raise your hand, maybe we need to talk.
It was a trick.
It was not a trick question. So in this exercise, we're going to do this quickly. But when you have time at home and you find yourself in that discomfort, try this and see if it will help. First, we have to name. What state are we in as that discomfort starts to rise? As the questioning, as the self-doubt, as the self-sabotage. What state are we in? Are we in fear? Are we in confusion? Are we in hesitation? Our brains want an answer. It's not really particular what answer we give it. It just wants one. So if you can tell it, okay, I know I'm hesitating right here. Here's the story. I've hesitated before, and I have found it easier for me not to do anything in that hesitation than it is to challenge myself in that hesitation. That's the truth. I'm not one of these mindset people that, tell it whatever you want to. No, you have to tell your brain something you will believe. And when you can state the truth, it opens up, especially if you do it out loud. We just had this conversation. Especially if you'll say it out loud. Because when you start talking to yourself out loud, you're opening up your frontal lobe and communication. It makes making decisions easier. It makes accessing memory easier. It does so much more to say it out loud. Thoughts left in your head do nothing but spin. Okay? So, catch the narrative again. Tell it what you're hearing it tell you. If I'm hearing you right, brain, what you're telling me is this is a waste of my time. That I'm not going to get anything out of this anyway. Why would I bother? You're right. I think I'll go down and watch Netflix. Right? That's not moving me towards the reward at all. But it is moving me out of the discomfort. Okay? So the second thing is anchor to the vision, not evidence. When you don't have evidence, you have to find something to generate motivation. Motivation just doesn't happen, right? If I sit in a chair and wait until I'm motivated,
I'm not leaving. Library on the Libby app, I'm not going anywhere.
right? Call DoorDash, I'm not cooking, I'm sitting here waiting for that motivation,
Nice comfort zone.
right? But we can create desire. Motivation is an action. Desire is a feeling. Our feelings come from our thoughts that generate our actions, that produce our results. So the questions that are on here are some questions I've used to help me create desire to want to work on my business. I'm going to ask you guys right now, pick one. Pick one of these questions. And ask yourself, what is a positive answer to this question? I'm going to give you just a couple of minutes.
These are a lot of good questions, Jackie.
It's my job, Sarah.
I mean, well done, right? I'm like, how long did you give us to think about all of these?
No, I said just pick one. Just pick one.
Okay.
Close your eyes and stab your pen, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. I'm like,
However-
there's too many good ones.
However
Okay,
that
here it is.
works. Now, I've given you a whole list because when I first started, it was difficult for me to come up with a question. But as you do this more and more, you'll start coming up with your own questions. Your brain will get to, oh, that's where we're going. But the key here is to ask a positive question and give it at least one positive answer. What are we doing? We're overriding that negative bias. We're retraining our brain to the positive instead of the negative bias that it wants to go to. Ding, time's up.
Keep your hands away, yeah.
Pull your hands up.
I know.
Oh,
Done, Chef.
it's a bang. We may be sending the wrong signal. We don't want to do that.
There are cameras, Jack.
Hands behind the back. Wait, that's even worse.
So, did anybody come up with anything that they might want to share? Don't have to, just an opportunity to.
Well, I picked what value do you have? And the value that I can give to my customers is the experience, the training, and keep the training going. So that way new ideas will keep, coming to keep them interested in coming back.
Great. Thank you, Kayla.
I picked why is it okay that your belief is small now? I have a specific challenge for me as a business owner, and I have lots of outside noise saying you have to do this, and you gotta get on it, do it now. That overwhelms me. So I have to allow myself to take those little steps because I'm not efficient in technology or understand what all this means. So navigating through that is very overwhelming, very daunting. But if I take it a little piece at a time, I'm still moving forward and I'm still doing something.
Yes.
I'm not here where people are telling me I should be. I'm still way down here, but I'm moving.
That's the important part.
Ever so slowly, but I'm moving.
You
Baby steps are
betcha.
still steps.
Yeah, right.
You know?
That's right. So we're going to move on to the unique talent identity. Kayla, the value that she gives her clients, right? Oftentimes, again, our brain wanting evidence, when we don't have it for us, we start looking outside. This is why in business, we're watching our competitors. We're watching them to tell us what we can do or what we can't do. The problem with that is your competitor is not you. They don't have your life experience. They don't have your ability to present, hold, and create what your client needs. We've all heard they don't buy your product or your service, they buy you. Do you guys believe that?
Yes.
My clients think that I work for Washington Mutual.
You don't?
No, no.
No,
What do you do?
she works for Washington Trust.
Washington Trust.
Right.
Meaning they don't care what the big name is.
So
And
let
Washington Mutual's been gone for like 20 years, so
okay,
Sorry.
ladies. Let me ask this question. When was the last time that you owned your unique talent?
yesterday.
Ooh,
Good job, Summer.
Same.
I did a presentation yesterday. Jackie was there. I
Yes.
owned it.
Same. Yes.
How much weight does that give you? And weight is not a good word. My brain is, trying to pick a word. How much energy? Let's use the word energy. How much energy does owning that give you to keep the momentum going?
Lots. Fills your tank.
Exactly. We create energy or we deplete our energy. The more we're willing to own our unique talent and just own it outright, the more energy we're creating to be our own competitive edge. Your unique talent. Every business owner has a zone of genius. Have you guys heard that before?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what your zone of genius is?
Yep. It's taken a long time to figure it out, but yes.
I meet with somebody once a month. And in the book, The Big Leap, right? Henderson. Is it Ray Henderson?
Okay, Hendrick.
Gay Hendricks. That was close. That was close. Anyway, in that book, he has questions that you answer that bring you into your zone of genius.
What was the name of the book again?
The Big Leap.
Thank you.
It was a challenge. I can't lie to you guys. It was a challenge to come up with my zone of genius because it's something that I hadn't thought about. And the way he presented the questions, you had no option but to come up with your zone of genius. But I think about that all the time now. My zone of genius, I don't know if you guys care or not, but
Of course we do, Jackie.
I don't want to leave those that do hanging. My zone of genius came out to be creating a safe space for people to be able to be themselves. In the world that we live in, there are not a lot of places you can go and feel safe to just be who you are. And that's what I do in my business. I create that safe space. So the problem isn't the market. A lot of times when things aren't going right in our business, the economy, the tax laws, people are holding on to their money.
Fuel.
It's
Or,
not.
Yeah, it could be you. You're holding
It's not. When we're willing to stand up and
I like the other excuses
Oh, okay.
Ah. When you don't believe your own uniqueness, again, your brain wants that certainty. So it's going to start looking for external reasons why you're not creating the rewards that you're looking for. What's your brain doing? It is doing the insufficiency default. Again, your negative bias. It's wired to scan for what's wrong instead of what's right. When you know who you are, you have the ability to know what's right. I can do this. The better question is, why am I not? How the brain builds self-concept. The brain creates an identity story from repeated thoughts and past experiences, right? Our thoughts create our feelings that create our actions, and it's a predicting machine. So if you've ever heard, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Or felt that rejection, your brain has been quietly building a case against you.
Shame on it.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm. So we also have the worth merge. The brain is an efficient machine. Over time, it collapses two separate things into one. Your business performance and your personal worth. Anybody experience that? Oh, they're not buying from me. Something's wrong with me. I can't get this done. Something's wrong with me. What is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. It's your brain wanting you to think there's something wrong with you because you're going to do something maybe you've never done it before. And it can't predict. We're back to the uncertainty and sitting with the uncertainty. It also has a comparison loop. This is where the competitive edge again. We're going to look outside of ourselves because it wants certainty. The brain is trying to locate itself, but comparison always generates more doubt.
Well, it's like they say, it's easier to believe the bad stuff than the good stuff. So
Always.
of course it's just gonna-
Always. Sometimes I have to imagine myself as a horse in a race. You know what they do? They put blinders on them so they can only see what's in front of them. Because the coaching industry right now is exploding. It is the second fastest growing industry in the United States next to tech.
Yeah. Because it's not overly regulated enough to like, so anyone, I'm a coach. Like, but are you really?
Don't put me on that soapbox. We're not going there today at all. But what I'm saying is I can't look at what's happening out there. I just can't. I have to put my blinders on. I have to put my head down. I have to stay in my zone of genius, keep my focus on what my customers are thinking. The better I know what my customers are thinking, the better I can serve them. So, is this you or your brain? We're on exercise number 2. Here are some questions. I want you to go over them. The instructions are circle, yes, no, or maybe.
What if I want to make a rectangle?
Well, however you want to do it,
I'll follow
Sarah.
instructions, I'll circle.
No, it's fine. So did anyone have one particular question that hit them the hardest?
I didn't want to go that far.
You didn't want to go that far? Okay,
Number 7 for me.
okay.
Number 2 for me.
Same, number 2.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Me
same.
also. Number 5.
So,
Number 6 for me.
so having one particular question that hit a little bit harder than the rest, what is the story that your brain is telling you about that? John?
So I said number 5, which is you downplay what you're good at or what makes you different. The story I think I tell myself is that the things that I'm not good at are more important than the things that I'm good at.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again for me?
The things that I'm not good at are more important than the things that I'm good at. And so that's where I end up putting my focus and either trying to get better at my weaknesses or creating self-doubt because I have certain deficiencies instead of focusing solely on the things that make me unique and the talents that that I am bringing to the table, which of course are many.
It's very profound for so early on a Friday.
Well, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning to jump, so.
Okay, I was like, that was like, wait, say that again.
Yeah.
My brain was like trying to catch up with you.
The endorphins of working out.
So now that you know the story, is it a confidence problem or is it a brain problem?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Well, I've known you long enough to know that it's a brain problem.
Right answer! Right answer!
Class dismissed.
Somebody gets
You
a
win.
star. Well, if you were looking for the wrong answer, I was going to say confidence problem. I mean, I've known you a while, but yet I still went with confidence.
Right? How do you gain confidence?
You gotta fix your brain.
You gain
You gotta talk to
confidence.
Jackie.
You gain confidence by doing.
Yeah.
We always wait until we have confidence.
That's not the way to do it. You just got to jump in.
Exactly. And you're creating evidence so your brain can say, oh, we can do this. So it's not really a confidence problem or a brain problem. It's a lack of doing. The more we do, the closer we get to reward, the more we're more confident in our unique talent, and the more confidence we begin to create. Any questions? All right, let's go on to, when you're sure of who you are, they're gonna put you in the cart and take you home. The last identity we're gonna talk about is leadership. I'm sure a lot of us have read about, talked about, exercised leadership. But leadership isn't necessarily a role. Leadership is a nervous system state that tells your brain it's safe to be seen.
Hold on, let us finish writing that. Tells your brain safe to be seen?
It's safe to be seen.
I've never
Just
heard
like
that
some
before.
of us that have the fear of being in front of the camera when you're trying to market yourself, you know. I'm more comfortable behind the scenes, filming out, you know.
I'm just gonna stalk you now with my camera, Mary.
No, don't.
So, leadership is vision, being visible, being decisive, and holding space. I could do a whole workshop on being decisive, but I'm not going to today.
Let me know when you have that one ready.
Yeah.
What your brain is doing, the visibility threats. We live in a time where we're pretty siloed in our houses. Unfortunately, our brains don't know that that's okay. So when we go out and we're exposed, that's a threat. When you lived in your tribe, being outside of the tribe meant sure death. So anytime we're exposed, that ancient mechanism kicks in. It's not safe to be seen. It's way more vulnerability than we want. The fear cluster. Leadership activates a specific set of fears that travel together, right? It's got buddies. Fear of standing out, fear of falling short, fear of being vulnerable, and fear of truly being seen. To tie back to your unique talent. When you know what you can do and how good you are at it, we can kind of minimize that truly being seen. They're not separate problems. It's the brain running one core program. It's not safe to be out here in front. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! Right? Nervous system response, when the brain predicts or perceives a threat, we go into fight, flight, or freeze. The amygdala steps up, our logic brain goes offline, and now our nervous system is in charge. Do you ever do a presentation, and at the end of the presentation, you're like, what happened?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what happened there. Your amygdala took off, and your frontal lobe was dismissed for the day.
Don't worry, you did fine. With Alzheimer's lunch?
Yes, you did great.
Top notch.
So, the safety requirement, the brain will not sustain leadership if it doesn't feel safe. It can't. If you continue to push through, this is why a lot of leaders suffer burnout. This is why a lot of leaders have heart attacks. It's why a lot of leaders are on anxiety meds. You cannot keep your nervous system in fight or flight for long periods of time without it affecting the rest of your body. Okay,
You can stand up now?
we're gonna stand up.
Oh, boy.
Stand up, we're gonna do an exercise.
Get the wig lays out.
We're gonna practice settling our nervous systems. Okay? Okay, stand up straight. Put your hands on your hips. Hold your head up. Look straight ahead.
I feel like I should look at someone.
Ah. And just hold it. Take a deep breath. Let it out. One more. In. Out. Okay. How did that feel?
A little lightheaded.
Well, you're supposed to stay breathing.
Some more coffee.
Team's call threw me off.
Oh.
It
Oh.
wasn't as calming as I thought. It was triggering. Because we're all like, oh, we have to get that.
How did it feel?
Good.
Frank said great.
You know, sometimes when I have a photography client and they're a little nervous to be in front of I make them do the superwoman pose
Mm-hmm.
with the hands on their hips and all out, and I have them stand there for like 30 seconds because then that helps them just do some brain magic thing.
It does do brain magic thing.
Yeah.
What it does is it creates grounding. That's why you put your hands on your hips. It also starts producing endorphins that give you more confidence. It gives you serotonin that helps settle along with that grounding. Did anybody feel uncomfortable? I was going to say, Teresa was quick to sit back down. Yeah. It can feel extremely uncomfortable if you don't settle your nervous system. When it's spun up, that is a very, very difficult thing to do. So,
Question,
yes.
is there any evidence, or do you know, is it more or less effective to just do that, or to do it like while looking in the mirror, or does it matter?
To just do it is highly beneficial. If you can do it looking at yourself in the mirror, give yourself a few affirmations. Damn, girl. We're going to do this today.
We got this.
We got it. Yeah.
I'm a badass mortgage broker.
You want a job?
That's right. That's right. People want me to do their loan.
People want to call me
Yeah.
because I help them through tough
Okay,
things.
we're going to do this again, and we're going to do an upgrade.
Sit down. Are we still standing?
Uh-huh, you're still standing.
Well, we're standing looking at
I
somebody.
love my peeps. What we're gonna do this time is we're gonna breathe for 4 counts. We're gonna hold for 2.
You be okay?
I was gonna say, Diane, do you know the difference in chest breathing and diaphragm breathing?
I guess not.
Okay, diaphragm breathing starts from your stomach
Okay.
and then comes up.
Okay.
Feel the difference?
And don't lock your knees.
And yeah, you don't.
Yeah, don't lock your knees.
And breathe out of your mouth.
And it's not, you don't want to take as much air as you possibly can. You're
Okay.
just breathing in.
Okay.
We're not,
Okay.
no, we're just, okay?
Don't be an overachiever.
All right. I know that's hard
It's
too.
really hard as
But that's what we're going to do. So put your hands on your hips again. And we're going to breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that feel different? Yes, no, maybe so?
Feel good.
See, it feels good because you're settling your nervous system. This works on lots of levels, but most of all, you're signaling your brain you're safe. Breathe. You can all have a seat now. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand. Good job. Good job.
We breathe.
When you can settle your nervous system like that, you're telling your brain, I'm safe. Breathing is the only, I never say this word right. The automatic nerve system. It's the only automatic thing our body does that we can step in and control. We cannot control heartbeat. We cannot control our eyes blinking. We can't control our digestive system. All of that is just natural. Our breathing is the only thing that we can control. And when we slow it down, we take deep breaths, we're sending a message, we're safe. So the next time you feel that, breathe. Breathe. Tell your brain, we're safe. Unless there's a car that's chasing you or something, and then go with it. Right? Okay, so we've talked about three identities. What does this have to do with money? Right? Isn't that our bottom line?
$1 million question.
We're all in business, right? So now that we're grounded, being an entrepreneur is not as difficult as we make it. It's a matter of living in the risk reward and keeping our brains in the discomfort through questions, exercises, past evidence, as we wait for that reward. The longer we're in business, the discomfort becomes more of a friend than a foe because you know the reward's coming. Right?
So you're retraining your brain.
You bet. That's exactly what
to
we're
be
doing.
okay with being
Discomfort.
uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The more successes we have, the more evidence we have. Before we have the evidence, we create desire to do action for the results. And that will increase your bottom line. The second thing we talked about was your unique identity. I can't explain how many of my clients have catapulted, if you will, their businesses just by grabbing a hold of, this is who I am, this is what I do. The more we vacillate, the more we're giving our brain evidence we need to vacillate. The more we stay on course, evidence or not, and create that desire to stay on course, the more we're going to have the results meet the risks sooner, which also puts dollars in your pockets. And then the third one is leadership. Your clients want you to lead them. What if you went to buy a refrigerator? Yes, this has happened to me. Thank you, brain. You go to buy a refrigerator, and you're not really sure what special things you want. Do I want the tablet on the front so I can just finger what I need from the store? Do I want the water inside or outside? Which is more convenient? So you find a salesperson and you ask them, and they say, oh, I don't know, whatever you want. What are your thoughts?
I wanted his experience.
Right? My first thought is, you're missing a sale, buddy.
Oh,
I am here to buy.
But not from you.
Right. I've left stores because they didn't show their expertise, if you will. They didn't show me their uniqueness. On the other hand, you're going to know more about me than you want to. But on the other hand, I can go into a boutique shop just perusing and have a great salesperson. Oh, you need to try this on. This would look great on you, right? You try it on, it looks great, and you're like, oh, well, I wasn't going to buy anything today. And they just do it. Whatever their magic is, they do it. And I walk out with the outfit. So knowing who you are and knowing your talent, your zone of genius, they're going to put you in the cart and they're going to take you home. And that's dollars in your pocket. I give you a lot of information today. Can we stop for just a minute and maybe write one thing down that you're taking away?
Oh, just one?
What's one action you can take from the one thing that you're taking home?
leadership and how your brain works with that.
Anybody else want to share?
I liked your questions to help you kind of ground yourself back to it. So I'm thinking about retyping those and then printing them out and having them by my, workstation at the office.
Great.
Yeah.
Mine is just changing the narrative up here.
I like your thoughts inform your feelings, which inform your actions. So I think a takeaway for me would be to say my thoughts out loud instead of just letting them rest here. Like, oh, I'm thinking this. Like, and then when you say it out loud, then you're like, oh, you can grapple with it better if you have said it out loud.
Yes. Great. Well, today what we've done is we've just covered the foundation of this. So I want to thank you all for coming. Appreciate your time. And for everybody in the room, I'm going to offer 50% off for 2 sessions if you want to dive into any of these topics deeper. So have a great day. Thank you for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much.